What's up travellers, SJ Aviation HQ here and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be doing the model review of the Vietnam Airlines Airbus A350-900 by Aviation400. Before we go ahead and do that, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Also ding that bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Share this video to your friends and also comment below if you have this model in your collection. Let me know what your thoughts are of it. But of course, before we go ahead and check out the box, I'm going to read out some information regarding Vietnam Airlines as an airline, some information about the aircraft or the airframe, and a little bit of history about the operator. So Vietnam Airlines is the flag carrier of Vietnam and was founded on January the 15th, 1956, and later was established as a state-owned enterprise in April 1989. Vietnam Airlines is headquartered in Hanoi, Vietnam, with hubs at Noi Bai International Airport in Hanoi and Tan Son Nhat International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City. It operates to 64 destinations in 17 countries, excluding codeshares. According to flight metrics on planespotters.net, Vietnam Airlines has a total aircraft fleet of 100 aircraft, including 14 Airbus A350-900s, averaging 4.2 years of age. Vietnam Airlines joined the SkyTeam Alliance on June the 10th, 2010. So this aircraft MSC number, which is the manufacturer serial number, is 279. This aircraft is an Airbus A350-900, the shortest of the two variants of the A350, and this aircraft first flight was on January the 28th, 2019. As of today, this aircraft is 2.7 years old. The registration when this aircraft was in testing was Foxtrot-Whiskey Zulu November Papa, and was built and produced at Toulouse International Airport in southern France. This airframe is currently active. The current registration of this aircraft is Victor November Alpha 898. This aircraft is an Airbus A350-900 XWB, of course the XWB standing for extra wide body, and this aircraft is specifically a 941 variant. 41 is the Airbus designated code for those Airbus built aircraft that are equipped with Rolls-Royce engines. Of course the Airbus A350-900 is equipped with two Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84 engines, and I believe the A350-1000 is equipped with XWB-97 engines. I think so. If you want to go ahead and comment below and correct me if I'm wrong, do let me know in the comments. This aircraft was delivered to Vietnam Airlines on February 28th, 2019. And was ferried between Toulouse and Hanoi, Vietnam, between March the 1st and 2nd of 2019 on its delivery flight. So with that information out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the box. So here we have on this box, we've got the Vietnam Airlines logo here. We've got the 2D rendering of the aircraft, very nice livery of Vietnam Airlines. And of course we've got the registration here, Victor November Alpha 898. Here we have the Airbus A350-900 titles here in the Airbus font, very nice. This aircraft is in 1:100 scale. And here we have the logo of Aviation400 and the art number or the item number. On the bottom panel we've got the Vietnam Airlines logo and the 2D rendering of the aircraft, the scale of the aircraft, the Airbus A350-900 titles, the registration and the art number and logo of Aviation400. Here we have the logo of Vietnam Airlines and the scale and the Airbus A350-900 titles, and a little bit of diagrams here showing the top view, the side view and the front view, and giving you some heights and some measurements there. On the top panel we've got the same details as the bottom panel, and on the left panel we've got some information about what Aviation400 do: realistic die-cast collectible models, authentic liveries, highly detailed and excellent quality. All of those I agree with. And this here we have the scale again and the logo of Vietnam Airlines and the Airbus A350-900 titles. And on the back here we've just got the logo of Vietnam Airlines, and then some warning information in various languages, and then we have the barcode with the item number on it again. So a pretty generic box in terms of standards for Aviation400. I mean, it doesn't really matter if the box art is top notch, as long as the model, of course, is in top notch. So with everything out of the way, let's go ahead and check out the model. And here is the absolutely stunning Airbus A350-900 for Vietnam Airlines. As you can see, it is an absolutely stunning model. This, of course, is my favourite mould of the A350 family. It definitely outclasses NG models, in my opinion. Somewhat better than Gemini Jet / JC Wings, but it is definitely my favourite mould of the 350 in terms of the shape of the nose and everything else that adds to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and start the review of this model aircraft, but of course this is the fifth 350-900 that I have welcomed into my collection in terms of by Aviation400. I have done the review of the Delta 350, the Scandinavian Airlines, the British Airways 350-1000. I'm going to go and head out, check, and the card in the top right corner, there will be the full playlist of the model reviews that I've done so far on the channel. I highly recommend going and check them out. Soon to be putting out the Cathay Pacific review onto the channel, so do stay tuned for that. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel and ding the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that. So now let's go ahead and start the review of this aircraft, giving you some in-depth analysis from left to right, nose to tail, and yeah, let's go ahead and start the review. So looking at the front of the aircraft first, here we have the nose cone at the end of the pointer here. Underneath that would be the weather radar. That is an instrument on board the aircraft that provides information to the pilots on board, giving them information about whether there's any weather in front of them when they're in mid-air, whether they know to proceed on the route that they're going on, or whether they need to divert or go around any thunderous weather in the atmosphere. So that's that. Here we have some pitot tubes and angle of attack. There's some more sensors on top of just here and below the copper window. Here is the copper windows on board on this aircraft, and of course around that, pretty hard to see in terms of this livery. That is the raccoon mask. Here is the white SkyTeam logo. Of course, Vietnam Airlines became a member of the SkyTeam Alliance on June the 10th, 2010. And here is the white nose cone. Of course, the belly of Vietnam Airlines is white. And here we have the numbers 8, 9, and 8, which are the digits, the three numbers on the registration. Of course, the registration itself is Victor November -Alpha 898, and below that, of course, is the nose gear itself. Here is the L1 boarding door, and next to that is a smaller icon of or the emblem of the SkyTeam Alliance. Here we have the golden lotus of the logo, which is also seen on the tail fin. That is, I believe, the national symbol, the national flower of Vietnam. Here we have the Vietnam Airlines billboard titles, and here we have the anti-collision beacon. This is one of the aspects that I really like from this mold, from this brand. They put all the stocks out in terms of the detailing of this aircraft. Of course, there is a red jewel on top of the aircraft to represent the anti-collision beacon. There's also one on the bottom, which I'll show you in a moment. But next to that, we have the first antenna on top of the aircraft, and here is the L2 boarding door. Here is the landing light on the inside of the wing here, and just below the aircraft, you can just make it out, the bottom antenna to the forward part of the aircraft. And here we have the number 1 Rolls-Royce XWB 84 engine. Moving over the wing here, we have the nice looking wing of the A350. I do like how Aviation400 have done this. Here we have the red navigation light on the end of the wing here, and then we have two strobe lights. Of course, a good way to identify whether an aircraft are going overhead is an Airbus or a Boeing. If you aren't familiar with aviation, that is, if the strobe lights at the end of the wing, the white lights flash twice, it's an Airbus, or if they flash once, it's a Boeing. And of course, here we have the iconic winglet or right sharklet of the A350. So looking at the rear of the aircraft now, it's going to swing it into shot here, as you can just make out the landing gear just below the wing here. I'll give you a closer view of that in a short moment. But just out of shot, you just make it out here. There is the L3 door, and there is the second antenna on top of the aircraft. Here is the SATCOM or the Wi-Fi dome that is used to provide the IFE, in-flight entertainment, on board the aircraft. And here is the third antenna on top of the fuselage. Here we have the registration of the aircraft, Victor November-Alpha 898, and below the cabin windows there we can see the white typeface of the Airbus A350-900 titles. And to the left of that we have the L4 door, which I believe is more predominantly used for catering than anything else. Here we have the tail fin or the vertical stabilizer that is basically used to help the aircraft stay afloat. I mean, of course, the aircraft would be pretty much disabled without the tail fin. But on the tail fin we have the golden LOTUS, and of course it also droops down to the fuselage as well. But on the tail fin, the golden LOTUS logo, for the I believe again is the national symbol or the national flower of Vietnam. And to the top of the tail fin we have the Vietnamese flag. Here we have the horizontal stabilizer. Here we have the leading edge of the horizontal stabilizer, and here you can just make it out on the other side. Just here is they are logo lights or tail lights. They are an identification type device to identify, to help the ATC in the control tower or any other pilots in the vicinity of the aircraft know where the aircraft is in night operations. And on the end of the pointer here is the APU, the auxiliary power unit. So now looking at the other side of the aircraft, because there is no interior details of the sharklet, but looking at this side of the aircraft before we go ahead and look at the bottom. So just at the front here we have the forward baggage compartment. Can just make it out just here. At the rear of the aircraft you can just make it out. There's a rear baggage compartment just there. And on this side we have the registration on top of the wing, just here. And on the other side it was red, and here it is green, the green navigation light, and of course the two strobe lights. And just making it out, here we have the emergency hatch. I believe that is on to help the pilots escape the cockpit in need of evacuation in an emergency. So now I'm going to just show you the bottom of the aircraft momentarily before showing you the side view. So here we have the bottom of the nose gear door and the nose gear itself, and just letting you guys know the nose gear does not roll. Here we have the forward baggage compartment and the bottom antenna. There is that red jewel to help replicate the anti-collision beacon. As you can see, it does in terms of the realism of this aircraft, and depends on the lighting in your room or the place where you are storing or displaying your models, but it does actually look like it's flashing in terms of the lighting in your room. Here we have the stand hole, and below that we have the gear doors, and these gears here, they do tilt and they do roll. Here we have this side's wing and the detailing, and there's the registration again, and there's the sharklet, and here is the other wing, a nice up close view, and the sharklet again. Here we have where the ram air turbine would be situated in terms of training, and there are some air vents at the end of my thumb there. Here we have the rear baggage compartment, and there is, in the middle of the shot, you can just make out the outline. That is the entryway for the APU. And just looking on the side, here we have the landing gear. This side's landing gear does roll and it does tilt. And here we have another gear on the other side. It does roll as well, but this nose gear does not roll. Similar to the it does actually roll if you force it to. And yeah, it's a nice look inside the engine there. The spiral on the spinner of the engine there, it does actually look very, very nice. And there's the other one. I think Aviation400 have pretty much done this model justice. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't got this model in your collection, then you are missing out. It is absolutely stunning. I ordered this from my hobby house. That is pretty much my main go-to retailer in terms of buying models. The shipping to where I am at the moment in New Zealand is very, very quick. The prices can vary, but the shipping usually takes about 2 to 3 days to get to my country, and then nearer to the end of the week the models usually arrive. But yeah, I am very, very happy to have this model in my collection. Of course, I believe it came into my collection as my 4th Vietnam Airlines aircraft. Of course, I've got the 787-9, the Dash 10. I've also got the A350 in the SkyTeam livery. So I should be doing a model review of that fairly shortly. So do stick around and stay tuned for that. So if you want to come along and join and support me on my social medias, I do have Instagram. I got my airport account. You can see the airport map in the background at the moment. What I do in there is I showcase everything model wise in terms of my model collection, and all the operations around the airport. I update news, I upload news, and I upload updates in terms of some events coming up. And I also host live streams on there, and yep, so that's pretty much all that I do on there. If you want to come along and support me on there, the first link in the socials area of the description below. Below that will be the Instagram account of showcasing my livery designs account. That's where I showcase my airline livery designs, where I basically design airline livery designs for aircraft and airlines that don't have them. So for example, a Singapore Airlines 747-8, for example, or a Singapore Airlines Cargo 777 freighter, which would be pretty cool to see in the future. Below that is my Facebook page and also the Twitter page for the Astro Productions brand. That's where I upload everything in terms of content on Instagram and also YouTube. And below that will eventually be my website URL. Of course, November the 23rd, 2021 is my launch date for my airport website. So the link will be in the description below when it is up and running, and also it will be in future descriptions for future videos when it has been launched as well. If you want to come along and join the Discord server, the Global Aviation Alliance, based around aviation, a great bunch of av geeks on there. What we talk about in there is model aircraft, model aircraft releases, our favourite liveries, favourite aircraft, favourite everything regarding aviation. Want to come along and join? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will pass you along to one of the 4 admins, and then get your application started for your arrival. And soon enough, there will be my Patreon account and also my TikTok, still brainstorming name. but they are on the way. So that now concludes this video. So thank you very much for coming along and tuning in for the model review of the Vietnam Airlines Airbus A350-900 by Aviation400. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe if you're new, or if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe below. Ding that bell icon next to it so you don't miss out on any future videos. Comment below what part of the video you enjoyed and what I can improve on in terms of future model reviews. And also share this to your friends, and also like the video if you enjoyed. So yeah, on the left hand side will be my most recent video, the model review of the National Airlines Boeing 747-400 freighter by Gemini Jets. On the right hand side, soon enough, will be the full playlist of the model reviews I've done on the channel so far. In the middle is where you can subscribe. But until next time, fly safe, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.